G'day guys and welcome back. AK here from AK Joel's Colombia. Today I'm going to be taking you through travel insurance. Do you need it? How much does it cost? What are the benefits of having it versus not having it? And also at the end of the video, I'm going to be giving you my personal recommendation of a travel insurance that I just used for my 4.5-month trip around the world. So guys, I've been traveling for basically the last 15 years. Ever since I was about 20 years old was the first trip that I did myself without my parents. And I went to Bali and obviously I got travel insurance, right? That was my first experience with travel insurance. I just bought it because my parents told me, to be honest. But I went there with a couple of mates, and basically the first or second day, one of my mates got sick. He got what he thought was dengue fever. His whole trip was cancelled and he actually had to get an emergency flight home. But luckily for him, he had travel insurance and he got it all reimbursed. And another story I want to share with you guys happened back in 2013. When I was traveling through Europe, I was actually in Slovenia at a cafe there, and I had my bag set down on a table. Inside my bag, I had my laptop, my iPod, and some other new clothes that I just bought. Unfortunately, the bag actually got stolen when I was there, and I went to the police station, got a report completely written up in Slovenian, and then I presented it to my travel insurance company and they reimbursed the whole thing. I think it was about 2 to 3 grand that I got back. So that actually saved me a huge nightmare of having to buy all that stuff again, because I was in university at the time, obviously didn't have that much money, and losing my laptop would have been a huge headache. All right guys, story time is over. Now let's actually talk about what is travel insurance. So travel insurance, like any other insurance, is something that you buy for about $50 to $150 a month, depending on who you go with. And this is basically just in case something happens. So if you go somewhere and you're overseas, usually your home insurance, if you have insurance, for example, I'm from Australia, and whatever happens to me in Australia is covered under Medicare. We get free health insurance and all that is included, right? Maybe if you're in the US, you have something through your current employer and they cover anything that happens to you in the US. Maybe not actually, because I heard US healthcare is pretty bad. But anyway, if something happens to you in a different country, most of you are not covered, right? So you have to buy specific insurance that covers you there. You pay this insurance premium, 50 to 150 bucks, whatever it may be. And then if anything happens to you, you make a claim to the insurance company presenting evidence, and then they reimburse any losses that you may incur, whether it be illness, loss of baggage, theft of items like happened to me, anything like that happens. If you have proof, then you can get your money back. So I know a lot of you follow me for Colombia content, and a lot of you actually asked me, do I need travel insurance to enter Colombia? You don't need it to enter Colombia. You can actually come in. The Colombian government doesn't ask you for proof of insurance, whereas some other countries around the world do. But what the Colombian government asks you to have is proof of insurance if you're applying for a long-term visa. Most of the visas, like the digital nomad visa, student visa, all those visas require you to be covered for the period that they issue the visa to you. So if you get a digital nomad visa for a year, you need to present in the documentation while you're applying for the visa a insurance statement saying that you're covered from this date to this date and all the things that it covers. However, even if you're not applying for a long-term visa and you just want to come for a week or a month-long trip, you may want to consider travel insurance for the following reasons. 1, medical emergencies. If anything happens to you, unfortunately, and then you're stuck in hospital for a long time, then these bills can add up. 2, trip cancellations and interruptions. If you need to cancel or cut short your trip for any reason, travel insurance can refund you for non-refundable expenses. Number 3, lost belongings. If the airline actually loses your baggage, travel insurance will refund that. And 4, also, if you're worried about getting your stuff stolen and you have some very valuable things, then you can insure that as well under travel insurance. By the way, at this point, if you want a quick quote from the company that I use for my 4.5-month trip around the world, SafetyWing, then just click the link I've left for you in the description, fill in your details and your dates of travel, and you can get that straight away. So guys, now I'm going to go through a couple of options and I'm going to tell you why exactly I chose SafetyWing for my insurance as opposed to the 2 other popular ones on the market right now, Genki and World Nomads. So here's an overview of what's included in SafetyWing Nomad Insurance Essential, right? They have 2 plans. One's the Nomad Insurance Essential, which is basically travel insurance. And they have another one called SafetyWing Nomad Insurance Complete, which is more of a full-scale healthcare if you're looking to stay a bit more long-term and you're actually looking to use a lot of the services rather than just have it there for peace of mind in case of emergencies. In this video, I'm just going to cover the SafetyWing Nomad Insurance Essential because I think that's what most of us will be going for. But if you do want the complete service, then check that out as well. So the SafetyWing Nomad Insurance Essential plan has a maximum claim limit of 250 grand, and it covers medical expenses, including hospital room and nursing services, ambulance, emergency dental, and repatriation of remains. Remember I told you that to get a long-term visa in Colombia, you need to present a certificate of insurance to the government saying that a certain amount of things are covered, certain specific things I should say. Well, those things that I mentioned, that's what needs to be covered. Travel delays are also included, up to $100 a day for a maximum of 2 days. Lost luggage is covered, up to $3,000 per insurance period and $500 per item. Also natural disasters, earthquake, tsunami. 5 nights stay up to $100 per night is covered. Political and emergency evacuation, and also personal liability. What isn't covered is theft of belongings. So if you want that, you have to add extra electronics coverage. And that electronics coverage covers things like laptops, tablets, and cameras for up to $1,000 per stolen item. And it has a yearly limit claim of $3,000 per policy. And this is only available for policies that are at least 28 days long. And guys, remember that to protect against fraud, you actually have to provide proof that these things were stolen. You actually have to have receipts that you actually bought the things that you said you had. And also you have to go to the police and get them to write up a police report. All these things will form part of your claim. I also did a bit of a comparison between the other two major players in the game right now, which are World Nomads and Genki. World Nomads was just way too expensive. Last time I checked, it was $182 a month, and there's no chance I'm going to pay that for travel insurance. The other one, Genki, was $59 a month, which is more or less the same price as SafetyWing travel insurance, but there's a deductible on Genki. The major reason that I went with SafetyWing is that there's absolutely no deductible on any of the claims. So medical, lost luggage, theft, all that stuff, there's no deductible, meaning that if your claim gets approved, you don't have to pay anything out of pocket at all. Another bonus that really separated SafetyWing from Genki for me was that Genki is primarily just health insurance. It doesn't cover trip interruptions, lost luggage, or travel delays, whereas SafetyWing includes all these travel related benefits. So it's more of an all-encompassing travel insurance rather than just medical insurance. One other tip that not everybody knows about is that you may actually not have to buy travel insurance at all. Some of your credit cards actually come with travel insurance if you actually book the trip with that credit card. So I have a credit card and I used it to book my trip and I got travel insurance with it, but it was only like 30 days or 40 days or something like that. So when my credit card travel insurance expired, I still had about a month of my trip left. So I actually went on SafetyWing and bought a travel insurance package for myself. And I'm going to show you how that went right now. So if you just scroll down to the description of the video, which looks something like this, and you just click the link, the first link that I've left for you, it will take you through to the area where you can get a quote in less than 2 minutes. You just go down here, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. Pricing calculator, you just want to put in your information. Essential, which is short-term coverage for unexpected medical issues while traveling. So this will be if you are basically going to go for a 1 or 2 week trip. This is the one I'm going to do today. But if you are applying for something like a Colombian long-term visa, let's say you want a digital nomad visa for a year and you actually plan on using the insurance a lot for checkups and medical and whatever, you might want to go with complete, which is long-term coverage for unexpected and ongoing health needs wherever you are, right? And you put in your age here, pay in full for specific dates. My trip is the 28th to the 22nd, so I'm going to put in those dates here. And you can see here 52.26 USD. You can also add other things. Certain add-ons are only available for subscription policies, which can be cancelled anytime. So I would have to do this one, which is a subscription, which will charge you this much every 4 weeks, and you can cancel at any time. If you want electronic theft protection, you can add that on top, and it's going to add that on for an additional $10 per month. And if you click learn more, you can read about exactly what's covered there. The same with the adventure sports coverage. Click that on. It's going to add that on for another $10 as well. But we're not going to do any of that. And I'm just going to click this. As I said, 28th to the 22nd, 52.26, and I'm going to click buy. So it's going to ask me which one I want. These are the two options. Obviously you can see one is a lot higher, and the main reason for that is that this gives you a lot more coverage, and it's obviously covers a lot more things even if you're at home. So this one says no coverage restrictions at home. This one says limited coverage at home. So obviously read all the terms and conditions before you buy so you can see which one is best for you. But today I'm going to do this one for the 5628. You'll just put in your details. So it's taken me through here. Just double check what it's going to do. Policy will auto extend every 4 weeks until you stop it. Good for continuous travel. I don't want that, right? So I want to do this one. Pay upfront for a trip with an end date. And then I'm going to change my thing to the 22nd when I get back. Back here as well, you can see what's included. Click this, read all this stuff. It gives you a full information of everything that's included in your coverage. It covers 170 countries worldwide, and it says it only needs first destination to activate the policy. So you guys would be putting in Colombia. Then you just put in your details here and click purchase, and I'm done. So this is my policy ID. Obviously, they're going to send me all this stuff in email as well, but I have the essential plan from the 28th of Jan to the 22nd of Feb. And the great thing is they even give you a visa letter, which looks like this one. This is proof that you've purchased insurance and that it lasts for the length of your visa. This is what you'll submit to the government as part of your visa application. If you got any value from this video, make sure you give it a like. And if you want to get a quote for SafetyWing's Nomad insurance, then just remember to click the link I've left for you in the description of this video.